Hi, and welcome to Tony's Cool Tools. If it's your first time, thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. In today's video, I'm going to show you an attachment that's not only going to open up space for you, but also clean it as well. So for those of you who watch my channel regularly, you know that Baumelite, the Canadian manufacturing company, has sent me this TRL 630D mini skid steer to test out. Now, no, I don't own it. I just have it on loan for a few months to put it through its paces and check out several different attachments. So here's the attachment I've been waiting for a couple of months. They're so popular, Baumelite can't keep them on hand. This is the MS530M Mulcher. Now, it's a small footprint on this thing so you can get in tight places. On my property, the biggest thing that I've wanted to do is put in ATV trails so I can drive around the whole property. But it's so thick, as you can see behind me, that I would need a chainsaw and some other device to help me take it, and it would take forever. With this mulcher, I think that's going to make it a breeze here. And in addition to doing my property, I'm going to also show you how it'll take care of invasive species like buckthorn or multifloral rose. So stay tuned. So before I start tearing up the woods, let me give you some details on this MS530M Mulcher. Now, it's identical to its big brother that you see here on some of the large skid loaders out there, only it has a smaller footprint. And this unit is manufactured in North America. And it's awesome for doing trees, shrubs, and vegetation. This attachment is designed to shred material, very similar to the stump grinder that Baumelite puts out. And as I mentioned, it's built like a tank and weighs 700 pounds. Just this attachment right here. And it has a super small footprint at 44 inches. So it's actually a bit wider than the mini skid steer, the TRL 630. But the cutting chamber here is 30 inches wide. So you'll have to make multiple passes if you've got a wide area to chip out. And this mulcher has 44 replaceable carbide teeth. As a bonus, when you get one of these units, you get 6 additional carbide teeth packaged right here behind the unit so they're easy to get to. Baumelite also offers a free drive belt here that's attached to the side of the unit. In addition to the standard flat face couplers that you see here, there is a third line, and that's the case drain. And you definitely need a case drain when using this mulcher here to equalize the pressure and return some of the fluid back to the reservoir. Since you're going to be in the woods and rubbing against trees and stuff, you need to protect your hydraulic hoses. And the way Baumelite does that is they sleeve all their hydraulic hoses with this material here. It's super durable. But in addition to that, they have this spiral plastic here that's also meant to protect the hoses when you're going through the woods or anywhere else. This mulcher does come with this tree pusher, so if you come up to a sapling or a bunch of bushes, you can push this over so that your cutters can get to it at the bottom here. Or if you want, you can use this to push over a tree as well, a small tree. So I wanted to mention 2 additional features on this mulcher. First is the adjustable shoe. You can adjust it here, so if you don't want to go all the way to the ground, you can lift it up. The second thing, as you can tell, is the whole unit is powder coated, so you don't have to worry about it rusting prematurely and leaving it outside. And if you're color conscious, Baumelite does offer this in multiple different colors. And I'm sure you're wondering what the cost on this heavy-duty mulcher is. And it's right in the area of $7,900 or just under $8,000. So I gave you all the details on this MS530M Mulcher here. Now we're going to try it out here. I'm back at my buddy Dick's house, and we're going to be doing some invasive cleanup here, especially with the buckthorn. Let me show you. we are. We're going to try to punch a hole right through this thick bunch of buckthorn here. Let's see how we do it. Well, that was my first try with the Baumelite 530, and I'll tell you what, I have a learning curve. I'm too fast. You got to go slower, otherwise it jams up the feeder here, and the machine shuts down here. So I got to go much slower than what I was doing, but once I got to knowing that I had to slow down, it went very well. And also going from top down helped out as well. So we were able to punch a hole here in this, our favorite duck hunting spot here, in just a few minutes. Now, if I wasn't testing this out, I know I could have gone much, much faster. So I'm going to show you some other stuff here on this property that we're going to use this mulcher on. So the other thing we're going to do is take care of some cottonwood trees here in the prairie, as well as some oak brush in it, and you'll see how this mulcher does on this type of stuff. So you're probably wondering, why would I be taking these beautiful oak brush out that's going to turn into big trees? This happens to be a red pine or red oak here. And the reason is This is a prairie restoration. These should not be here. There are some white oaks which are native to that, and those we're leaving. But any of these red oak brushes, we're going to take them down. Naturally, in nature, this would all be burned out with a fire. But we haven't had fire here in a couple of years, so these are starting to take root, and until we get them out, they're going to just keep growing. Now this stump has been rotting, so it shouldn't be any problem. So this is my buddy Dick. You've seen him on several videos here with myself and Chris from In the Woodyard. Now he's owned a Baumelite mulcher here, or flail mower here, for a number of years. But he wanted to try the mini skid steer here, and I'll tell you what, I couldn't get him off of it once he got on. What do you think?
Yeah, I've never before today, never before this moment have I been on a track vehicle or any kind of a skid steer, mini or whatever, and I found it pretty intuitive quickly to get it going and get it working. I felt like it did a great job, particularly in prairie restoration, where you're thinning out new growth, smaller growth, 1 and 2 inch diameter trees, and I would take this in places that I wouldn't be comfortable taking my beefed up, wonderful, I love it, FMP 260, but it's a flail mower, and there are certain places I don't want to take that, where this seems to be pretty bulletproof from what I saw you doing today with it. Thank you.
Way cool, way cool. Now you have a little toy here you can play with.
You bet. I look forward to it.
So hopefully you found this video informative on this MS530M Mulcher here on the mini skid steer. It was a blast to run this thing, and boy, guys like destruction, and boy, this stuff will do the trick for you. I think your adrenaline will be pumping by the time you're finished with this. But I will have contact information in the info section below. So if you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up as well. And remember, pass it forward, make the world a better place. And don't be a tool, watch Tony's Cool Tools. Until I see you next time, have a great day.